Alright, so let me kind of go over what I'm doing here. This is an old Cinetank. I've had this thing for a long time, and believe it or not, I think I've never really crashed it. Maybe a couple hard landings, but it's never really been crashed. And it's got lots and lots of miles on it. I've flown this thing a lot. So these are the RCX, is that right? RCX motors. They're like 2418s or something, 950 kV. Shoot, I don't even remember. It's been so long since I put this thing together. And I know it's got like 20 amp afros in it. It's like old stuff in it. I think I'm running one shot. I'm running the new iNav. This is the latest iNav, I know that. And I've got the latest firmware in the FreeSky receiver and radio. So with the latest firmware, I haven't had any issues with it fail-safing or any weird telemetry stuff. So everything's working pretty good. And I know they got the new stuff, Access or whatever it is. But you know, if it works as good as it does now, I don't even need to upgrade it because it's fine. It's just I've never had any issues now with this latest firmware update. And we're flipping the view here. So it's just a real clear day. There's Fiesta Island out there. And you can tell by the water that it's pretty calm today. That's why the video is pretty smooth. I mean, it's weird tuning this thing with this big, it looks like a broom handle sticking out. So it's kind of awkward. Well, the pitch gets a little bit funky trying to tune the pitch. But I don't know, this for some reason it seems to be flying pretty good right now. I think this is a 9.5 inch prop. These are the old DJI props, the like Phantom ones and whatever. These kind of plastic props. They're not real fast. These props are pretty slow, but they're pretty efficient, and they seem to be pretty well balanced just from the factory. I didn't have to balance them, so I'm not getting all kinds of jello. And the Cinetank has always been pretty smooth flyer anyways. It's got the isolation little rubber jobbies, and it isolates, and the battery is mounted on, and the camera is mounted on the plate that's isolated from the vibration. That's another reason why it's pretty smooth. Back in the day, you know, flight controllers and props and motors were all vibraty, and we're looking back at the Cinetank. Yeah, it looks like it's a 10-foot, well, maybe a 5-foot pole, and you can't see the pole because the firmware erases it. It's pretty cool. It looks pretty good. Looks like it's magical. I know it looks like it's about 5 feet or maybe even more. Actually, this is only about maybe a foot. Camera's only sticking out maybe a 1.5 feet or so. Saw a little airplane down to the right. Yeah, so it just flies around, and I know this is pretty boring, but maybe I thought if I talked a little bit, told you a little bit more about it. Oh, this has got the Omnibus F4. It's a Omnibus Pro. It's got the the amp meter built into the board. So I have amp meter, and I can tell like how many watt hours per kilometer I'm getting. And actually, I don't remember what it was. I'd have to look, but it's probably around 3 watt hours per kilometer, maybe 4 watt hours per kilometer. These props are pretty efficient. The motors are 950 kV, if I remember, and I'm running on a 4S 5200, 10C, the Hobby King, the green ones, the multi-star batteries, the 10C. So they got a lot of energy for what they are. They're not 150C like everybody wants for racing. This is totally different. If you're a racer and you want to set up something long range or something for, you don't use a 100C battery. So I've got my 7-inch one. I think I've gotten 28 minutes out of that with the lithium ion batteries. Actually, I took a old Bird scooter battery, chopped it up, and I made 2 3S packs out of it, and then I made a 4S pack. So it's a 10S. The Bird scooter packs are 10S, so I got 3 packs out of it, and then I used the 4S pack, and I flew this, my Cinetank with the 4-inch, or with that 4S Bird scooter pack, and I think I got like 26 minutes on it or something like that. So that was pretty good. These props are, now this thing doesn't fly very fast. I mean, I don't know, it may cruise at 30, maybe 40 tops. The my 7-inch, for some reason, that thing cruises like 45, 50, no problem. I mean, I topped my 7-inch out at 105 miles an hour. I got out of it on a 6S, and I forget what the amps were, but it was, I mean, just a burst. Yeah, so yeah, it's a pretty nice little flight. Hope you guys like this.